wasn't planning on going too far north on this trip, but then yesterday this Māori fella texted me and he said, "Sure bro, do you want to go and check out 90 Mile Beach?" So I said, "Sure, might as well." So now I'm on my way up to 90 Mile Beach. I don't know what's going to happen, but I imagine there'll be some fishing and there'll probably be some food. Let's go.
The plan for this morning is pretty straightforward. Me and the bro Steph are going to hit the road at 7 AM sharp. Then we're going to stop off at a shop where we're going to grab some essential snacks and supplies, meet up with another bro, then we're going to continue on our way up north to the Waipapa on-ramp, and that's where our 90 Mile Beach adventure will begin.
What does that say there? Oh yeah, I'm in the Ravenous, no worries. All good. Yo! Let's go.
Once we arrived at the beach, we stopped off momentarily to meet up with the fourth member of the convoy before heading off in search of a likely looking fishing spot. It wasn't too long before the bro Reti identified a pretty good looking spot for us to start off at. Now, he found this spot by noticing a good change in watercolour, where the watercolour went from light to dark, indicating an increase in depth and a likely place where fish are going to hang out. The bro Reti is using some coloured beads, a small BKK circle hook and one of these long cast clips attached to his grapnel sinker. Clearly the bro knows what he's up to, because before I can even tie a knot, whoop-bam, he's walking back up the beach with his first fish.
First fish already. 90 Mile. Providing the goods. The rig for today is real simple. It's a 3-way swivel with about 1 foot of line to a sand grab sinker and about 1 foot of line off the other eyelet that's going to a single BKK circle hook. So I'm using a 7-bar O today, and the bait for today is fresh octopus.
Or, in other words, I pretty much do my best to replicate the bro's rig with what I have available in my tackle box. I'll be honest, my surf casting career to date isn't the most successful, so today I'm doing my best to learn whatever I can. Once I've got a bait out there soaking, I retire back to the Ravenous, where I can make myself a nice hot cuppa while still keeping a close eye on my rod. While I'm kicking back, enjoying the views and waiting for the jug to boil, the bro Luke manages to catch this pretty good sized salad, and then it's not long until, wha-bam, I'm up and I manage a pretty good salad as well, with a side of smoked kahawai.
Choo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Got me a dinner. It's not bad. It's not too bad. Something for the smoker.
Considering my surf casting history, I was pretty proud of myself, so I was still showing my fish off to the locals.
Sure, not too bad, eh?
When I remembered that I'd forgotten to remember to turn the jug off. I enjoyed my hot cuppa in the shelter of the car, but the fishing had gone a little bit quiet. So we headed off in search of some richer grounds, and it didn't take long until we found this pretty good looking gutter. The bro Reti had been pretty deadly at picking good spots for us and managing to put us straight on the fish today, and this spot was no different, and it wasn't long until wha-bam!
Look at that! Beautiful 90 Mile penny! We are on! Fish for dinner! Beautiful 90 Mile penny! Absolutely cracking it! Yeehaw! Ciao, bro. Ciao, brother.
Sure, this first snapper was no monster, but compared to the snapper I'd caught from the beach in the past, it was pretty good, and I was certainly one happy camper. And it didn't take long until whabam!
Oosh, they're getting bigger, they're getting bigger. 90 mile panties are on.
The fresh octopus baits were doing the damage and a few nice fish were making it onto the ice. I was even managing a little bit of variety and almost everybody was catching some fish.
Beautiful.
Making us look bad, bro. We're not bringing you back here again.
Beautiful, Trev.
A few more quality table fish came ashore before the tide started creeping in, and we decided to head off in search of a little bit of shelter where we could park up and make ourselves a bit of lunch.
Go the ravenous! Go the ravenous!
After I'd finished smoking everybody in a hardcore serious beach race, we found a nice sheltered spot up against the sand dunes where we could park up and create a romantic campsite in between the vehicles. While we did that, the bro Steph the Māori heated up some coals for the barbecue. I have to say, when it came to all things hot food on this entire trip, the bro Steph the Māori was very, very well prepared.
I saw those too, bro. I'm pretty stoked to see they've made it too. Oh. Smell good. One little heavy downpour, eh? Deadly. What are they? Wild beef and jalapeno?
Jalapeno cheese and dried cured bacon fat. You get disappointed by you haven't got hot. Yeah, so it's not even hot.
Alright, we're carrying on north to another spot apparently. Apparently there's some rocks up there. There's a chance of a little bit more fishing later on tonight. Pretty excited to check it out, and it sounds like we'll be staying up there and fishing for the night. Alright, let's go! And the adventure continues!
I take a moment to pop up the ravenous rooftop shelter while the bro Steph has ambitions for another hot meal before we head down to the beach for a bit of an evening fish.
Feed the troops, get up those energy levels.
Yeah, get the boys going, they'll get back out there fishing shortly.
This campsite shelter provided some welcome relief from the persistent winds, so it received the mark of approval from Muddy Feet and of course from Steph the Māori.
So we've got a bit of a hot feed all cooked up there. Just come for a look outside and bam! Got the whole gang just chilling in the backyard. Wild horses. been kicking it down the beach for the day. Now smelt our delicious kai and come to join us. Wild horses coming up the beach. Yeah. A couple of young ones. Horsing around. Snack time's on. Cheers, bro. Just about fishing time, bro. The sea looks beautiful.
Ride the horse up into the sunset.
That sounds romantic, bro. I don't know if this is normally a thing, but it seems to be working pretty well. Just keep it up. You can go down the beach.
We head back down to the beach for a quick change of light session. Unfortunately, I couldn't catch anything worth talking about, but the bro Luke managed a nice panny, and in a very strange twist of events, probably this fish was a little bit sick or lost or maybe in some kind of distress, but believe it or not, Steph the Māori actually manages to catch fish of the day.
Mean fish. Give my hook back, you bastard. Bit of a surgery going on down here. Got him. It's starting to look semi-professional in there. Oh, even better.
Now that the bro Steph is comfortably in the lead with the biggest fish, he calls an end to competition for the day and we head back to the campsite to get a bit of shut-eye. But not before a hot cup of tea and a bit of a debrief. I've got some pretty big and ambitious fishing plans with Steph the Māori for over the next few days, so the next morning I'm pretty pleased to see when I wake up that the wind has dropped right off. I quickly take care of all of the essential morning routines before I jump into the Ravenous and come up with a sophisticated plan.
Right, the rain stopped, the sun's out. To the beach!
But unfortunately you guys, I'm going to have to draw a line under it right there because there's just way too much action to fit into one episode. I'm going to split this one in half, turn it into a two-parter, and I'll turn the next couple of days of awesome fishing activity into another whole episode for you guys. Make sure that you tune in because it only gets better. In the next episode, almost everybody is catching big fish.
You're up next, Steph, bro. At the dog. Ah! You got the hiwi. Bro, that's top of the board now.
Up the rock cod.
That's near on a record hiwi, bro.
Oh, I got smacked by something on the way in.